Alright, everybody, let's go ahead and brace ourselves for another gruesome story out of Mitchell, South Dakota. Aaron Hasecki, 25, is facing 3 charges, including cruelty to animal, which is a Class 6 felony that carries a maximum sentence of 2 years in prison. On July 30, a Mitchell police officer was dispatched to a home on West 12th Street where he saw a man punching a black lab in the head several times with a closed fist. Court documents say that the man was Hasecki. The officer immediately handcuffed him and removed him from the scene. According to the court papers, the officer went to the dog named Buddy and saw there was duct tape tying its 2 back legs together, its 2 front legs together, and its mouth tightly shut. The officer wrote the dog was struggling to breathe and its chest was making very rapid, large rise and falls of attempting to breathe. The officer cut the duct tape from its mouth and noticed Buddy was bleeding from the nose. Buddy was taken to a local veterinarian where he died. Hasecki told investigators that Buddy was his girlfriend's dog and that he had run away earlier in the day, and when he returned, he had an accident in the house. Hasecki claims Buddy bit him, and that's why he took the dog outside, tied him up, and began beating him. According to court papers, Hasecki also kicked the dog in the ribs and the head, but didn't know how many times. At one point, he stopped beating the dog so he could go inside and wash his hands of blood from the dog biting him. Hasecki allegedly returned and began beating Buddy again. Hasecki is out of jail on bond. Officers also reported finding marijuana and drug-related paraphernalia inside the house. Hasecki's next court appearance isn't until November 21st. This happened in August of 2023. What ended up happening is this man, no surprise, had pending drug charges as well. He took a plea deal in order to get the drug charges dropped, and he had to plead guilty to Buddy's death, and now is merely on parole. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with this, but this is fairly common in narcissistic relationships, where the abuser will resort to harming pets of their victim in order to gain control. Back in 2017, I was divorcing a man who had sexually assaulted me, and he killed my pet dog Nacho. At the time, there was no justice for Nacho because they considered the dog a marital asset, even though I purchased it prior to the marriage. But in 2019, a law was passed that makes animal cruelty a federal felony in all 50 states. It is estimated that 1 in 3 American women have experienced some form of domestic violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. With nearly 70% of U.S. households owning at least one pet, it seems obvious that many of these victims have animals in the home that they consider precious family members, companions who provide peace, comfort, and love even in the darkest of times. Research shows that violence towards pets both correlates with abuse towards humans and is also a tool of domestic violence. Abusers will threaten to hurt or actually hurt a companion animal as a form of power and control. They are often the immediate victims of violence alongside other vulnerable family members such as children and elders. Over the past 30 years, research has established a clear link between domestic violence, child abuse, and animal abuse. We recognize that these are not isolated cases, but are anticipated ways that those who harm use animals to control their victims or seek revenge. Please take it from somebody who knows. If you're in an abusive relationship, you need to get yourself, your kids, your pets, and anything else you care about out of there.